guys, so today I've got my favorite glow tinted dewy finish sunscreens. They always have a time and a place. Not necessarily my favorite always during like the very hottest summer day, but during the winter or fall or spring when I want a dewy finish, these are some of my favorites. So, and they're all fragrance free. Okay, first up, we've got the Colorescience Sunforgettable Glow SPF 50 Face Shield. I will link to it at Amazon. It's sold and filled by Colorescience, but they have 4 different finishes at Amazon, so make sure you click the right one. Because one of those is the glow one. That's the one I'll link to, but just make sure you check the right box because of the other finishes. I think one was matte, yeah, anyway. So I reviewed this one recently, but it's got a really nice glowy finish. If you set it with a little bit of powder, it is perfect. Let me see if there's a shade I have. I can't tell if there's a specific shade or not, but it's probably light if there's an option because I'm light. But anyway, really nice sunscreen, and if you don't want to wear a foundation, this one's a great one for that. And if I set it with a little bit of setting powder, it is perfection. So there we go. It's expensive though. Okay, next up we've got the Kinship Self Reflect. I will link to this at Ulta, SPF 32. This is the original version. They have a couple other versions now. One's a sport version, which I really like, but the regular version is a vanilla scent, which is from vanilla, which is a good antioxidant, a good fragrance ingredient. They have a rose version, which has a rose scent. I like the vanilla one, the original version. That's what I'm going to link to, but this one's a wonderful zinc oxide-based sunscreen and gives you a really nice dewy finish. There we go. And I don't think they have different shade options. But anyway, so there you can see that one. And it's really nice. And this one is another one that I like using without foundation over it. Or you can use foundation over it as well. You don't have to do it either any specific way, but it just evens the skin tone out a bit. And I really love it. So, okay, next up we've got the Elta MD UV Glow SPF 36. So, Elta MD has a lot of different ones. They have regular versions of most of their sunscreens, and they have tinted versions of most of their sunscreens, but the glow one is really nice from them, and I like it got SPF 36 in it. Let me get a little bit out here. Hang on. It hasn't been pumped in a couple weeks. Oh, there we go. So, it's a little dark. I don't remember this one being so dark, but anyway. Yeah. So there we go. So it's a little dark, but so I think this one will work well for medium skin tones. But I've used this one, and I think it looks okay on me. But maybe I've used a little bit of foundation over it. But anyway, so this one's really nice. I love tinted sunscreens, and this one I think is mostly mineral. I think, oh, this one's physical. Yeah, mineral. So, and no fragrance in it. So Elta MD has some really good ones, and that one, I'll link to that one below. Okay, next up, Ultraviolet. This is a brand, I've got all their sunscreens. For a while, they were super easy to get in the U.S. I believe it was through Space NK. And then for a short period of time, then they stopped selling it. So anyway, this is mainly an Australian brand. This is their clean screen. It has no fragrance in it. I think since I picked up all their stuff, they've expanded a bit more. So they've got more options. But this one's really nice, and it really has a nice tint to it, which looks natural. I grabbed a ton of it there, but anyway, I'm good at that. Although you want it liberal application. So anyway, so this one has a nice tint to it. It still works great under foundation or on its own, and it has no scent to it. Some of their products have scent in them, some of them don't, but this one is just really nice, and it just kind of evens the skin tone out, and really nice. And I think this one was titanium dioxide as well as chemical, so it's a combo mineral. A lot of these are just going to be minerals because to make a mineral sunscreen look good, what do? You add tint to it. Otherwise, you get a really strong white cast a lot of the time. Not all the time. Okay, next up, a new product from Neutrogena. I don't speak a lot about Neutrogena, but this actually, they did a good job. Titanium dioxide and zinc oxide sunscreen. Their mineral UV tint. This shade is light. They have 4 shades of it. I got the lightest shade, and it really is a nice one with a nice tint to it and a dewy finish. You know what? When I apply this, to me, it looks and feels just like the Ultraviolet. So there we go. Very nice. I probably could get the next shade up, maybe. Maybe the next shade up would make me look a little bronzed. I don't know. But the light shade is the best match. So Very nice and affordable sunscreen. Although the bottle is tiny, 1.1 ounces. So anyway, whatever. Yeah, 1.1 ounces, not a ton. You're going to go through it fast. When I was in Puerto Rico, man, I was going through sunscreen bottles left and right. Because I didn't check anything. I carried everything on, so I couldn't bring all the empties back. But I was going through bottles left and right, and I'm not joking. In the morning, it's like, whoosh, just cover up. And yeah, I went through a lot. And it was a shame because I couldn't bring all the empties back because I couldn't fit them all in my suitcase. So, okay, next up we've got Peter Thomas Roth Max Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. This is one I've repurchased, actually. It's a mineral-based sunscreen, SPF 45. And it's got a nice tint to it. They have several, Peter Thomas Roth now has several sunscreens. They also have a matte version. That's mineral, I believe. So this one's nice. Let me see if I have room somewhere. Okay, I'm just going to keep going here. Can you see that? Okay. So, it's really nice. This is one I typically, if I use this, I don't wear foundation with it because it has enough tint in it that it kind of finishes the look and gives me enough, and sometimes I'll set it with a little bit of powder and it just works well. So repurchase, that says a lot about it, the fact that I've repurchased it. So I really do like this one. Okay, next up we've got couple more. The Naked Sundays, another Australian brand. This is their Collagen Glow Mineral Sunscreen SPF 50. And I will link to this below. Naked Sundays is an Australian brand. I think most of their stuff they use are, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. I think most of their sunscreens use US-based chemicals. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I was able to buy these from their site and they shipped here. Because a lot of times if they use different chemicals, they won't ship directly here. But correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It's fragrance-free. It's got 22.5% zinc oxide in it. It is a thicker product. It is very hydrating. Okay, I'm going up the arm now. And you know what? If you guys want me to, I'll do full reviews of Naked Sundays and Ultraviolet because I've got all their stuff. So it is thicker. It is very hydrating though. And this is another one. Again, if I use this, I'm not going to use foundation over it because it really does a nice job just giving your skin that subtle finish and glow. And it's really nice. And it's very hydrating. So, it's vegan friendly as well and reef safe. Okay. Couple more. We've got the Tatcha Silk Sunscreen. Very expensive one, but I really do like it. Tatcha, their other sunscreen's great as well. So, they did a good job. The packaging I'm not so fond of because it's slowly flaking off. Not as bad as other people's. But it is a really nice sunscreen and it really has a nice finish. And it's one of those ones that I just don't dread wearing. So, not fond of the packaging. The packaging does leak a bit, and it's flaky. But it's a really nice liquid sunscreen. It just blends into your skin so nicely and gives you a really nice dewy finish that's slightly glowy. So I really love that one. Okay, couple more. We've got the Dermatology Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF 46. This one is... I think most of their sunscreens are dupes, modeled after Elta MD, because this one's a mineral chemical combo one. And I just got this newest bottle in because I finished up my last one. So there we go. Working all the way up here. So this one's got a nice finish. It is tinted, but this one... It's not tinted enough where you don't need foundation. It's not dark enough where it evens out. I mean, even out a little bit, but not quite enough. But it works great under foundation. So, and be careful when you use a tinted moisturizer that you're applying it liberally enough, because you're first hesitant with moisturizers to apply just about enough, as much as you need, and not to apply it liberally. So be careful with that. And then last but not least, the Ilia C Beyond Triple C SPF 40. This one seems to be hated or loved. The reviews, people, they either hate it or they love it. I have very dry skin, so I really like it. And it's got different tints. I think the one I have is tone number 1. So check out the different tints. But the packaging I don't love for this one. But it has some nice ingredients and no fragrance in it, so... And I think probably the people with naturally more oily skin probably aren't loving it because it is very shiny. And I think that's what I like about it. So, oh, and then I've got a runner-up, because I still love this one, the Australian Gold Botanical Sunscreen SPF 50. I don't know what's going on. For a long time it was out of stock, but my friend Celeste was able to buy a couple bottles of this for when we were in Puerto Rico, so she found it, so maybe it's back in stock. And they had different shades of this one too. So anyway, these are my favorite dewy glow finish sunscreens, tinted sunscreens. Can't go wrong with any of these, and they're all fragrance free as well. And most of them are pretty affordable. Well, a lot of them are affordable, and a few of them are kind of expensive. So, but these are my favorites. This one's probably the most affordable one, the Australian Gold. So anyway, interested in hearing from you guys if you have any favorite tinted, dewy, glow finish sunscreens that I didn't mention. What is it and what do you love about it? Love hearing from you guys, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.